Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to David's Galactic Warrior channel. Anybody out there listening? It's been quite a few months since I made a video. And it's been quite a few months since I sat out here with the Sacred Fire. So, why is that? Well, there's a number of reasons. But I just needed some time off, basically. I was very busy doing some work around my neighborhood. Probably moved 60 or 70 tons of rock in a 5 or 6 week period. But I also just had to kind of go inwards and work on this concept that I've talked about before, which is acceptance. Acceptance of our world, acceptance of the people in our world. Um, as I've stated before, I don't pay too much attention to the events. In fact, I pay very little attention to the events or the news. Something about a government shutdown, but those are the easy things to accept. It's more the harder things to accept are the people who are close to us, that are in our lives, and even more so just to accept ourselves. So there's been a lot of introspection over the past few months about myself, why I have the thoughts I have, which lead to the emotions and the feelings and the words, and where does it all come from? And it's unfortunate that I sometimes this is one of the things we have to accept. But here we are at 67 years old, and we still haven't got it all figured out. And hopefully, anybody who's listening to this, who's considerably younger, you will take the time to go inward and do this at an earlier part of your life. And I think many of you are, but it's important. And I have been listening to, the last week or so, I've been listening to a lot of old talks from Alan Watts, um, and a couple others, but a lot of it about solitude, um, the need for solitude for some of us to go through what we're going through, and to really dig deep into ourselves, but also to enjoy the freedom of solitude. This is where we have to get very comfortable in silence. Uh, we have to become very cognizant of our self-talk and enjoy just being with ourselves. And I've come to believe that if we don't enjoy being with ourselves, we are going to have a really hard time enjoying being with somebody else or with others. That's where we start to put the mask on. But that's what I've been doing, is just enjoying some solitude, enjoying helping a couple of my neighbors who can't do the physical things that I can do. Uh, and just really learning about this concept of acceptance. I talked about this in one of my Healing the Divine Masculine videos, when I was talking about the map of consciousness and the emotional ladder. And my goal at this particular period of life was to get up to this acceptance level where there's an acceptance of everything in this external world, and also everything that's going on in here, and also everything that I have done or said or even thought in all of the life. In all, we have to, when we start to ponder our life, we have to accept what we have done, even if it leads to shame and guilt and anxiety and fear and anger and frustration, sadness and grief. But where we have to come to terms with it, and really understand that it's important to have no regrets. It's important to know that I've come to believe that there's an aspect of the things that we might think of as bad or even ugly. You've categorized things in the good, the bad, and the ugly. But those things had a purpose that we are not cognizant of. And it may be a purpose for ourselves, it may be a purpose for somebody else. We can really overthink these things, and I don't want to do that. It's just a matter of acceptance and forgiveness. So that's what most of my summer and fall have been about, is helping my neighbors and just going through this process with myself. But it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. It's just absolutely, the leaves are all over the place. It's still got a t-shirt weather, and of course we have a very early sunsets now. But just absolutely spectacular day. So I wanted to give myself a little gift here of the sacred fire. I haven't done this, like I said, it's been months. I haven't done any videos. I don't know if I'll do this every week or what, but I just thought today would be a good day to have a little discussion and just take a moment to myself out here in my sacred space. So that's it. Focus on acceptance. And I think the twin of that is forgiveness. Forgiveness of self. So I'm going to hang out here for a little while longer. Enjoy the birds and the sun, Mother Nature. I don't know if you can see this on the stumps here. Right over here, you can see what Mother Nature does as she's starting to compost all of these tree stumps and all of these like mushroomy things. They're all over the place on all my tree stumps. Yeah, it's quite amazing to watch. Mother Nature will absorb it all. It's a beautiful thing. And we are so privileged to be here at this time to just experience all this. So take a moment to stop, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere and the leaves are changing colors and they're falling and Mother Nature's getting ready to go to sleep. Take a moment to just observe. Try to feel it. Just try to feel it. You know, the trees have a lot to teach us. Enjoy your weekend. Till next time. Cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Open up the heart. Bye.